Good family, in today's video I'm going to be showing you how I made a little over $100 trading the SPY today in just a little over 2 hours. If you're looking for a way to make $100 a day trading options, this is the video for you. I'll walk you through the exact setup I use, what made me take the trade, and how you can do the same. And before we dive in, quick shout out to today's sponsor, Moomoo. With Moomoo you can trade options with zero commissions and powerful tools right at your fingertips. Be sure to check out my link below to get started and enjoy their current promo. At the time of this recording, they are offering up to $1,000 in NVIDIA stock, along with the 8.1 APY on all your uninvested cash. So if any of that's of interest to you, be sure to check that out down below in the description. All right, so just to set the frame of this trade, I entered this trade at 9:11 Central Standard Time. I paid $2.64 per share, or $264 for the entire contract, and I exited the trade at 12:19 Central Standard Time. So actually I was in the trade a little over 3 hours. I entered at 264 and I took profit at 371 for over $100. By the hour, that's more than I ever made at a real job, and not to mention this can actually be amplified. I was trading with a small account. A cool thing about this is if I were trading with a larger account, maybe instead of getting one contract, I could have got 10, and instead of making 100, I would have made 1,000. All right, so that's the beautiful thing about options. You can get however many contracts you need to fit your account size. The trade's going to be the same all the way around. But now that I've discussed that, let's look at the charts. Let's pay a little more attention to the charts. When I entered my trade today, this is how things looked, or at least this is what I was looking at. So I had 3 SPY charts pulled up where, as we look through this, I'm not going to have these like this, where I'm going to make it where we can actually look at it a little closer. But just want to show you, I had top left on the 4 hour, the middle one on the 1 hour, and the top right on the 15, and they were all the SPY. And then I had some other stocks down here that I was just looking at. But taking a look at it, we're just going to look at one at a time. Looking at the trade when I entered, we're going to actually here. So this is what it looks like on the 4 hour. I noticed there was some resistance here. And then also here, let me actually go back to what it was before. So to start the day off, all right, so how it was is I had pre-market high charted and I had pre-market low charted. All right, so this was the pre-market high, this was the pre-market low. I entered the trade right here, so I am going to back the chart up to that. All right, so right here, when I entered the trade, this is what I saw. The chart that particularly got me was the 1 hour. So if we look at the 1 hour, we can see we had this bullish move up. We came up and I actually entered on this part of the 1 hour. And okay, so pre-market resistance was actually up here. So yeah, this was a pre-market high, pre-market low. So what I was doing today, we were just playing support and resistance. So we came up here to an area of resistance. I think we opened up like right here around this 640 or 675 area. I think we sold off really fast and then we blasted up, and I was like, hey, we're coming to resistance. We're still in a downtrend. We've been trending down if you look at it. Like we were going up, but recently we consolidated over here and then we were going down. So me trying to continue trading with the trend is, hey, we're at resistance and we're in a downtrend. So it's more favorable to trade to the downside than the upside, and we're at resistance. So I said, I'm not gonna lie, I always feel weird going to the downside because the market likes to go up a lot more than it goes down. And because I feel weird about it, I only got one contract. I only got one contract because my confidence was a bit lower. But that aside, enter the trade right here on the 1 hour, and after I'm in the trade, I'm watching it on the 15 minute. Okay, so while I'm watching it on the 15 minute, I'm also watching it on the 1 hour. I'm watching it on the 15, and we're just letting it go, letting it play. And you can see that on the 15, it comes up here and confirms above at first. But also, I'm watching on the 1 hour and I'm like noticing that it didn't completely close here. So I decided if we got a solid candle close on the 1 hour above this EMA, that would confirm, and that was confirmation, and I was out of it. But if we let it play on, you can see that the next candle actually closed right there. The next candle kind of moved down a little bit more, and then the next candle pushed down. So honestly, after we were about in this area on the 15, I felt pretty comfortable. And then once we closed below this 677.51. I honestly felt pretty comfortable, and honestly after the trade came down here, I was feeling pretty comfortable, and I moved to a point where I was just looking at the next areas of support and resistance. So as it came by, you can see there was some consolidation here. It formed some support at this 677.50. All right, then it broke that level. Then it's okay, can we get past this 677 level? Then it broke that, and then the next area is this 675.75 area. Then it broke that, and then the next area, so like right here at this 675.27, and I was like, okay, looking at the support and whatnot, all right, I see this large wick over here, this liquidity, which is telling me, hey, there's a lot of buyers here. Initially, I was looking to ride down here to this liquidity, but I was looking at this and I was like, probably want to leave that alone, probably want to cut out and take profit. And I'm happy I did, because I got out right here on this candle at this 675, probably about 675.07, and then it reversed and went back up, and it did come back down later. But this move right here that initially went against me resulted in that trade going from 264 to 371, I believe. So that's pretty much all there is to it. I rode the trade, I got in the trade at resistance, and I just continued to ride it as it continued to push through each level of support till it got to an area where it looked like, hey, I saw this liquidity, it looked strong. If you look at the size of this candle, this wick is more than 50% of the candle, and it's long. I was like, I'm cool with the profit I have, let me cut out. So that's all there is to it. All I did today was just trade, support and resistance. Trading does not have to be complicated. And that's it. That was my trade on the SPY, and how you can make $100 a day trading options with just a couple hours a day. Remember, success in trading comes from consistent practice and good setups, no matter how simple they are. So keep working on your strategy. And if you found this video to be helpful or learn anything, be sure to smash the like button. If for some reason you're new here and haven't already, be sure to subscribe. And last, but certainly not least, thank you so much for watching the video. Manuel signing off, and I want to change your life.